Hey guys, it's Aurora with Lavender Hazelwood. So I thought I would take you through a flip through of the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, since it's the deck that I use the most to do one card pulls. This is super cute. I love this. 2 feet, 4 feet, scales or hide. May our minds stay open and our wings span wide. So I'm going to go through the cards in the order that they come, because the order is very specific in terms of the progression of consciousness. Each element orders the animals in order of consciousness. So these cards also coincide with yoga philosophy. You'll eventually see how that kind of comes into play as well. I mean, first it's the elements, earth, water, fire, and air, and then it also includes spirit, which is also the ether. So the earth cards are creatures of the field and the forest. They are the suit of survival and instinct, and earth creatures represent our relationship to our fears and our habits. They are creatures that are very much in the doing, taking care of things like the things in the physical realm. So the first creature we're going to look at is bear. Bear is waking up and beginning anew. So they come out of their hibernation and they've got a whole new world to see that they haven't been a part of for the last winter. And I love that there's a little sunshine right there at the top of the card. Next is earthworm, which is shy, hesitant, and intimidated. And you can kind of see that in the card as it kind of coils up and curls up into itself and is protecting that beautiful center it has. Next is mouse. Mouse is detail-oriented, nitpicky, and nervous. Sounds like me. You can kind of see the detail-oriented and sort of nitpicky part just from the little explosions of color in the background. A rabbit. Oh, we've pulled rabbit. There's a video on rabbit. Rabbit is afraid, overwhelmed, and frozen. You can kind of see it in the alertness of the pose of the bunny here. Raccoon. Raccoon is talented, shadowy, and in hiding. There is absolutely no color in this card. It's a beautiful card, though. I love this deck so much. Fox. Adaptive, smart, and a strong partner. Energetic. Snake is the guardian of magic and creativity. You can totally see that in the colorful pattern in there. I can forget what that's called. It's sacred geometry, though. Buffalo is trusting, practical, yet spiritual. I kind of love the lightning, or the cracks in the background, which could be lightning, it could be mountain paths, I suppose. Purple, a lot of purple in there. It goes with the crown chakra, which is your intuitive sort of nature and your creativity. Lamb is peaceful, prophetic, and a messenger. Elk is stable, resilient, and the father. And there's a sun kind of up there, which represents the masculine. Also a bit like, I suppose, the Emperor card in the tarot. Ah, deer is gentle, intuitive, and the mother, which then would sort of equate the Empress card in a tarot deck. She is gentle, isn't she? She's very beautiful. It's like the greens and the yellow is like a meadow. Wolf. Wolf is the protector of the family and tribe. Spider is prosperity and following dharma. So it's creating the web, the life web. It's the creativity of creating what your life is. I love this card too. I think it's really beautiful. And then this is the trump card from the earth element, which is horse. So we go from bear with the smallest amount of consciousness, in Kim Krantz's opinion, to horse, which has the most amount of consciousness, which represents freedom, expansive energy, and force. I kind of like to remember it like horse equals force. All right, next we're gonna go on to the element of water. Water creatures represent our emotional world. They are our emotions and communication and flow. Sorry about the background noise. Hopefully it's not disturbing you too much. All right, so the first one we have is crocodile. Crocodile is resting, collecting energy, and cooling. I love this too. It reminds me of the chakras. Stingray is developing a sense of self or a spine. In yoga, the chakras are in alignment with the spine. You might have seen sort of a picture with of a human silhouette with colors, like the rainbow colors going up and down their spine in like circles. And those are energy centers that represent energy going up the spine, or the kundalini going up the spine. Fish, restless, change of focus. Starfish, beautiful, alluring, and superficial. Kind of like a decoration. Octopus, this is a really cool card too. It has really flexible, in energetic terms, energy. And I love the colors coming out of the head. Octopus is lacking boundaries and direction. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Beaver, I did a video on beaver as well. Tireless, hardworking, and family focused. Oyster is a secret keeper, and it's hiding inner treasures. I like that too. Turtle is an ancient soul and at home in itself. Frog. I love frogs. I used to have pet frogs when I was a kid. And one time I had a couple of tadpoles resting on a bay window, on the edge of a bay window, and my dog jumped up on the bay window and knocked their little tank over, and that was pretty much the end of them. That was terrible. I was so upset. They had little back feet, like legs growing in. Frog is clearing, cleansing, and rejuvenation. Otter. Joy, playfulness, and contentment. Yeah, they are very playful, aren't they? They're kind of like sea dogs. Water dogs. I suppose sea dog is a pirate too, right? Shark. Shark is exposure revealing the true self. That's a fascinating interpretation for shark, actually. It's great. You are more powerful than you know. Swan, effortless creativity and a sensitive mystic. Yeah, I've done a video on this one too. I think that was just a couple weeks ago. Dolphin is innately intelligent, a healer, and a blessing. Whale delves deep, profound peace, and wisdom. This is the trump card of the water element series. Those are amazing creatures. Fire, creatures of the desert and grasslands. So the creatures of the fire element lead us towards change. They turn the heat up, so to speak. They help us grow and transform. So the first one is fire ant, and that represents aggression and following orders. Hyena is self-sabotage, humor, and sarcasm. There's no color in that card. And the hyena is on the shadow side of the moon, so you can infer this is a shadowy aspect of oneself. Scorpion is passionate, competitive, and solitary. Look at that light at the end of its tail, the heat. Lizard is instinctual, sensitive to the subtle. Also a dreamer. Panther is the annihilation of the unnecessary and purging. It's interesting, I just watched a PBS documentary on the Black Panthers. And the Black Panthers called themselves the Black Panthers because they would only be aggressive when necessary. So they needed to have somebody coming at them before they would be aggressive. Tarantula. At a crossroads, claiming life's purpose. So also a spider. Not necessarily a weaver, but also has to do with life. It's a more direct masculine approach to life. Camel. Resourceful, independent, at ease. Gazelle, heightened awareness, vulnerability. And those ears. And the protective horns. Cheetah. Action, achievement, solar forces. So also fairly masculine card. Tiger, sensuality, receptivity, lunar forces. So if the cheetah's masculine, then the tiger is feminine. Cobra, waiting, going inwards to decide. I love this one too. Zebra, eccentric, creative, and visionary. Third eye, you have all the colors emanating from the zebra's head. Lion, Regal, stealth, a complete master. Look at that confidence, the experience. Elephant, unstoppable, auspicious, and wise. This is also the trump card of the fire element. I really like this card as well. All right, now we're moving on to air. And the creatures of the air are more intellectual, and they see in their mind more possibilities and things around them than the other elements do, or than creatures from the other elements do. And they move very fast in their mind, so it can leave them ungrounded. So here's the first. Moth. Moth is impulsive, foolish, and wishful. It can also be very beautiful to look at. Butterfly is growing pains and transformation. Sometimes you'll see in other decks that these two are conflated. They are the same. They consider them the same rather than two separate creatures. Let's see. Bat, which I also did a video on, means letting go and death. To rebirth, kind of like a phoenix. Though there is a phoenix card in here too. I love this. Fireflies. I used to catch fireflies when I was a kid. I love them so much. They're so beautiful to look at in the summer, in the trees just blinking away. They're inspired and fantastic, yet fleeting. They're really magical. Bee. I like this card too. Earnest, hardworking, democratic. I'm building a bee house for my yard. Not for honeybees, but for like mason bees and leafcutter bees. I was hoping to get it done this spring, but I still need to put the roof on, so it didn't happen. Hummingbird. Positive, spiritually vibrant. I like to think of them as little rockets of happiness. The vulture is a purifier and essential for rebalance. They clean things up. I really love the purple emanating out of the vulture. This is a great one too. Crow, spiritually strong and watchful. They are messengers from the spirit side. They're a bit like the magician card in the tarot deck. Owl, abundance, clairvoyance, treasures. Dragonfly, master of light, illusion, and the mind. Nightingale, healing with speech, sound, or song. So the blue represents the throat chakra, which is blue in color. Oops. Peacock, inner beauty, compassion, and an assimilator. The hawk is watchful, all-seeing, and fate's messenger. Detail-oriented for sure. And the eagle is a truth seeker and transforms karma. So good deeds. So we are going to move on to the spirit series, spirit element. This is the phoenix. Is that right? There we go. The spirit element represents inhabitants of the dimension beyond. They signify challenges or awakenings of the inner self or the soul. And each of these are related to chakras. So the phoenix is the first chakra, and it is rising from the ash of past karma. Sea serpent is the second chakra, and that is healing emotional wounds and forgiving. Dragon is the third chakra, and it's transforming the self and balancing the ego. Golden egg, I just did a video on that one, is the fourth chakra, and that is listening to the heart and quiet introspection. The fifth chakra is the black egg, and that is also about speaking from an authentic voice and the truth, much like Nightingale. It's interesting she didn't coordinate the colors of the chakras with these cards. Sixth chakra is the unicorn, which is reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. And then last but not least, we have the cosmic egg, which is the seventh chakra, which is reaching or glimpsing or touching enlightenment. Thanks for watching this video. I will leave a link to the Flower of Life in the description box below, since I didn't really have an explanation for it because I'd forgotten which sacred geometry shape pattern it was. And then I will leave a link to Kim Krantz's website in case you want to get the cards or the tarot deck or altar cloths, or she has other books and stuff that she's created too. I really like her art. And I'll leave a couple links of other people you should follow too. Anyway, subscribe if you haven't, hit the bell if you haven't, and I will get more videos out to you. I hope you're having a wonderful day.